All right. So if any at any time and point that you guys can't hear me or something's off with my mic or anything, please just let me know. Appreciate you guys hopping on today. First and foremost, I just want to say give you guys a round of applause for being here because I know you guys could be doing a million other things, but you guys chose to be here. You chose to invest in yourself and you chose to get better. So give yourselves a round of applause for that this morning. I'm going to have you guys for about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not going to try to go too much longer than that. I'm going to run through these slides quickly. This is going to be super simple. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you guys a bunch of valuable information so you can go and get better, so you can go and help more people, and so you can go and close more deals. All right. So I'm super pumped up to get this thing going. Hope you guys are ready. Again, I know I mentioned it before, but make sure you stay till the end so I can make sure that you see the resources. I can go over them with you, and then I make sure that you guys get them. You guys aren't going to want to miss it. There's a bunch of hooks and a document that you can start sending out to clients. Let me, and if I randomly pause, it's because I'm letting people in. Hey, Martha, getting ready to get started. All right, so people need you. So there's someone out there right now, a buyer, a couple, a family. Oh, I think it's being, oh, yeah, we're recording. A buyer who needs your help. And they have questions, they need guidance, and they're about to make a terrible financial decision. And see, the thing is, you could help them, you could guide them, you could answer their questions, you could change this outcome for them. But right now, you can't because they don't know who you are. And it's not your skill, it's not your experience, but it's just you're invisible to them. And see, when you look online and you see, other professionals, other real estate professionals who are just crushing it right now, you're not losing this business to them because they're just better. You're just losing it because they're more familiar and they're easier to find. See, I listen to a lot of podcasts and I'll reference it as we go through this presentation. But one thing that Ed Milet always says is he says, we're most qualified to serve the people that we once were. So let's take a moment and think back on that version of you that did not know this real estate process. Okay. You didn't know what a contingency was. You didn't know how to read an offer contract. You didn't understand what this entailed, what questions to ask. That's who you need to be showing up for. That's who you need to be posting for. That's who you need to put yourself out for. Because again, it's not to impress people. It's not to become famous. It's not to go viral. It's not to get a whole bunch of views and attention. It's to guide people that need your help. And when you think back at that person, then it takes the burden and the pressure off of you because remember why you got in this game in the first place. And that's to help people. See, most people aren't stuck because we do not know what to do. They're stuck because they're overthinking everything. What camera should I use? What should I post? What script should I say? What lighting should I have? So should I use a camera? Should I use my phone? It can be overwhelming. But the main thing that we have to remember is that if we don't do anything, if we don't take any type of action, then none of it matters. Perfectionism is just procrastination disguised as quality control. When we first learned how to ride a bike, we didn't open up a book and be like, I need to learn how to ride this bike. No, you got on the bike, you fell, you got on it again until you eventually learned how to ride. When I tell my kids, not my kids, but I coach basketball, I always tell them, you are never going to feel 100% ready. That feeling of like, oh, I'm ready, like I'm ready, put me in, it's never going to happen. You just have to start. And once you do, everything else will start working itself out for you. All right, try not to laugh. So I had posted content before, but this was my first talking head video, I guess you could say. Hey, so to give you the answer on from earlier, there is no better loan option from one or two. However, let me explain to you why loan option one could be better for the consumer. APR, the annual percentage rate, is the total cost of the loan to the borrower. It takes into account origination fees, lender fees, and loan fees. 176 views, 22 likes. So I get it. You know, it's awkward, it's weird seeing yourself and hearing yourself. And then that doesn't even mention all the public humiliation. You know, they probably, all this weird mortgage jargon. What was he talking about? Stumbling over his words. The main thing that you guys have to understand is the people that are watching your videos don't care what you look like. And the people who are also watching videos are also going to be too worried about themselves to think about that as well. So just get over yourself. All right. It's going to get easier with time. You're going to make an awkward video. You're going to make a video that sounds funny. You're going to have growing pains. But the main thing is that the main thing that you have to remember is that all those things are going to happen. But the loser, and I have this on the back of my business card, the loser has more in common with the winner than the person that's sitting in the stands. Okay? You've never seen anybody win a game by eating a hot dog and drinking a beer in the sideline. You know? So now that we've gotten over ourselves, we've gotten out of our way. We're not going to overthink anymore. We're gonna start posting. So what is it that we post? So let's get tactical. Most people are posting tips, tricks, hacks, homes, and there's nothing wrong with that right now. But in 2026, that is commodity content, and that is what's getting ignored. And the main reason is because anybody can look that up. You can go on Claude, Chat, Google Gemini, whatever it is. They can look up that information. What are closing costs? And it'll tell you. See, you're not getting looked at for being the most informative anymore because we have too much information. Okay? There's just too much not too much information, but we have access to a lot of information. So people want to know your perspective. What do you think about this problem? All right? Write this down. I'm going to give you guys the formula. So tell them what to do. What do you think about it? And why does it matter? So what message are you trying to send? What are you trying to tell the client or the customer or the lender or the realtor or whoever it is that you're speaking to? What are you trying to tell them? What is your perspective on it or your experience, or what's a creative way that you solve this problem that you do? And then why should they care? Why should somebody scrolling, and you have to think about the mass, okay? Or whoever it is that you're trying to talk to, why should they care about your video? An example, I'll have a couple examples. So get a living trust, okay? We all know you got to give a living trust. But a better way to frame it would say, hey, I was working with somebody, Joe, and who recently lost a loved one, and their whole world fell apart. Yada yada, the house had to go to probate, this and that. That's why you get a living trust. It's the same information, it's the same advice that it would be before. It's just packaged differently. Okay? Another example, don't make any big purchases when you buy a home. Okay. I had a client on the reframe would be I had a client buy a motorcycle the day after signing loan documents. Point blank, he lost the house. That's why you don't touch your finances until you get the keys. So I had a client the day after signing loan docs, my experience. He lost the house. That's the important. That's why they should care because you do not want to lose your house. And then what message are you trying to send? That's why you don't touch your finances after you get the keys. That's why you don't do this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then another example, 3 tips to buy a home. We've all posted that video before, maybe. I know I posted it. 3 tips to buy a home that gets ignored. This almost cost my client $18,000 yesterday. Okay. See, you're not telling them what to do. You're sharing with them a story, your experiences. And that's how you're going to get people to trust you because you're giving your experience and your expertise. Okay. We all have had deals or situations within the game of real estate that we've done that are unique to us. Your clients, the people that follow you, want to know your experience. They want to know what perspective do you have on solving this problem for me? What unique way do you have to solve this problem? That's what they want to know. They don't want to know what they should do. They want to know how you're going to help them solve that problem. Just letting this go. Unless you guys want to take a picture of it. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Show them, don't tell them. So a lot of times, a lot of people saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that, don't do this. We talk in a lot of abstract ideas. Build wealth, do that, make smart decisions, ask for this. But a lot of times you have to show people in order for them to make it real. So if they can't picture it or see it, many times don't act on it. So another idea when you're doing things, you're showing them, show them exactly what you're doing. If you're going through a house and you understand that it needs a new roof, or you're strolling through your open house or saying that it needs new flooring or it needs new this, so them be like, hey, when you're going through your open house with your realtor, make sure you're looking out for this because this could cost you so and so, so and so, so and so. Okay. When that client is going through wherever, they're going to associate and remember that video that you posted and say, man, that was really helpful to see posted that. Now I know what that looks like. So just don't say, ask for this, do that, do that. Show them exactly what they should be looking for. It's a very, very simple video. You can just scroll it out, show them, and then post it. And another example is this. When you're going through the purchase contract, get out a big Sharpie or highlighter and tell them exactly what areas in the contract should realtors explain more and why. Okay, maybe they should just focus on the contingencies. Maybe they should focus, this is where exactly where the purchase is. Break down the contract, highlight it, Sharpie, circle it, and be like, this is why I think that this is the most important part of the contract. Now, honestly, a lot of people will learn something from that. Don't tell them. And the last, and this, well, some of your best content is going to come from your own life, and it's not even going to come from real estate. It's going to come from your family. It's going to come from sports. It's going to come from relationships, mistakes that you've made in the past, something that outside of the industry that taught you about real estate or vice versa. That's the borrowed lens. That's what's going to make you stand out because nobody has those experience. Nobody has your life. And that's going to make you relatable to others. You might post something that has nothing to do with real estate itself, but you might post your favorite drink of coffee or your favorite Starbucks drink, and somebody will message you and say, "Oh my gosh, what's in there?" Or "I love that." And you guys will strike a conversation. And the next time she needs something or real estate, she's gonna think about that conversation that you guys had and come to you. So always remember that some of your best content is going to come from just your own life. And then just a side note on this before we jump on where you should post. Some of your content is needs to be used to attract people. Okay. Get them to stop scrolling, get them to follow you, get them to think that okay, I kind of like what this person's putting down. And that's top of the funnel. And if you want to write that down, it's top of the funnel. Basically to get people into whatever it is that you're pushing out. Your bar life, your stories about yourself. And then you need to also be posting things that gets people to convert. See, a lot of times many individuals only post top of the funnel, bring them into tent. But you need to be also be posting things that's going to make them convert. That's click here and I'll give you this. Think free things, okay? If sign this and I'll send you this. Click this and I'll send you this free guide. All right? Comment this and I'll give you XYZ. Do this and I'll give you a listing appointment. So again, simple way, top of the funnel, bring them in the tent, bottom of the funnel, get them a reason to work with you or give them a reason to raise their hand. No, where should I be posting? Simple, wherever you're going to be consistent. Okay. It can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, it can be TikTok, it could be LinkedIn. I say Twitter, but it can be X. So wherever, whatever app that you're going to go on every single day is the app that you should be using. Okay. I've gotten deals from Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. So everyone's gonna be a little bit different. It just this depends on what app are you gonna open up, click on it, and post something consistently every single day. And one of the other main things is, I know this sounds simple, but it should be obvious. You need to be known for real estate. Okay? When somebody lands on your page, it shouldn't take them the scroll or something. You know, you shouldn't have 10 cooking videos and eight other videos about you doing this and nine other videos of you doing that. And then you have a real estate post. Or it can't be you have nothing on your Instagram or you have one post from 2 years ago or a year ago. Okay, you're gonna lose trust immediately if they go on there and they can't figure out what exactly you're doing. So you want to make sure that all that stuff, your bio, photos, and everything is up to date. So to put it simple, building your brand, what we're basically talking about today, building your brand is just people knowing who you are. Okay, so you don't have to go viral. You just have to be present and show up. And that just doesn't mean online. Well, in events, all right, in person. Sorry, I need to let somebody in. Yes, in events, in person, in conversations, and online, not just by posting. Okay, because a lot of times people will post, but you have to be engaging. Okay, you have to engage your audience, comment on people's stories, comment on their photos, like their photos, respond to them in your DMs. Okay, so when people put happy birthday, hey, I saw you got married. Congratulations. Saw you just got a new job. Awesome. I know this stuff sounds small, but it's not. And every time you do it, you're reminding someone that you exist. You're connecting your name to real estate and whatever market that they're in. Let me let that person in. Sorry about that. Okay. I was so when me and my girlfriend when we go out to eat, there is she's a Yelp person. I'm not a big Yelp. I don't like to use Yelp. I like to use Instagram. So when we go out and I go on their Instagram and I see that they have no photos and they got maybe one photo, we're probably not going there. Okay, I need to see videos, photos, a menu. People look like they're having fun, and you can best believe that that is what your clients are doing today. Okay, they're gonna look you up. They're gonna see. And if they're not checking Facebook, then they're probably gonna check Instagram. They're gonna check, and that is how people choose. And if they look you up and your page doesn't have anything on it, they're gonna be a little questionable. Think of your business like a net. Okay. Remember those boats that catch the shrimp and they have those big wide nets? So think about if you had a little net and you was going out there, you'd catch something, but it would be very small. So the wider the net, the wider your reach, the wider where people know where you are, the more people can see you. And the more people that see you, the more conversations you're going to naturally have. And the more conversations you have, the more transactions you're going to close. So you have to be constantly expanding your net. All right, so we've covered our mindset. We're going to get out of our own way. We're going to stop overthinking. So now you know what to post. And again, what to post, the formula, tell them what to do. What do you think about it? Your perspective. And then why does it matter? So what? All right. And then you know where to post, wherever you're going to be consistent. And now we know how to show up. So the last piece is as far as the conversations, how can the conversations, the more conversation that you're now going to be having, how can that lead to more business? So most people think of their CRM as their database. Okay. Your audience, we have to change the way we think. Your audience should be viewed as your database. And I'm meaning Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. Okay. Think about it. Those are all warm people who know your name and you follow them and they follow you. So here's the exercise. All right. Go through your followers and make a list of anyone who could reasonably buy, sell, or do anything or refer you business in the next 12 months. All right. It could be young couples. It could be couple families that you know have been renting, or maybe you've helped them rent. It could be people who just got a new job. Maybe they just got married. People who are liking and already commenting on your post or who are engaging. Yes, people that like your post are people that are also people that you should be viewing. So those are right now, those are your low hanging fruit. So that is now, put those people on a list. Now, where most people mess up is they go straight for the kill. Hey, do you want to buy or sell? And nobody wants to get sold to. We don't even like to get sold to. Okay, that's like, someone run you going into someone's DM and asking them if they want to get married. So no, what you want to do, and you can write this down, is you want to make an offer that is so helpful, people feel stupid to say no to it. So you want to make an offer that's so helpful, they just feel totally dumb to say no. So do not ask. Give, 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 and then ask. Hey, I put together a free buy home guide. Hey, I put together this. I put together something here. Okay, make it actually useful to them. Say, hey, I put this together for you. Hope, and when you go, you can go on their DMs or go on their page, make it personal. Okay, just don't send a bunch of generic messages out with that has no captions or anything on it. Okay, make it personal. Scroll through their photos. Maybe they just got a dog. Maybe they just got married. Wherever the case. Hey, like the new place, or congratulations, I'm married. I put together this home buying guide for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Boom. That's it. The ones who respond, put them in a bucket, follow up in 30, 60, 90 days. Now you have leads. Bug them. Yeah. So real quick, can I get a show of hands? You can send a reaction, or you can comment. How many feel like when you post too much, or if you post, it bothers people? Or you think you've bothered people in the past? can't see. Let me stop my share. And Jeanette, raise your hand. Let me go ahead and that's it. Nobody feels like they bother people. Awesome. Let me go ahead and there we go. Well, Internet, since nobody else just feel like they're bugging people, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. All right. So the people who think you're bothering, or people who, yeah, who you think you're bugging, they don't see your post as often as you think. All right. And even if they did, who cares? If your post is bothering, if your posting is bothering them that much, they can unfollow you, and they probably weren't going to be your customer anyway. So yes, bug them. And many times with warm outreach and people online, you're going to have to make the first move. Okay. Most people aren't going to reach out first. They're busy. They're distracted. They got life going on. But your job through posting is to remind them. Congrats. Comment on their stories. Again, like I mentioned, tag them, or I'm sorry, comment on their stories, on their when they actually post a photo. Happy birthday, um, happy anniversary, whatever the case is. Every time you comment on them, you're planting a seed. Okay, you're planting it in their mind, and you're putting real estate in there. And when they're ready, or when they know someone that is ready, you're going to be the name that pops up. We have to veto change our method of thinking. These aren't just people online. These are not just your followers anymore. These are your future clients, your future referrals, your future relationships. Probably the most important slide on this presentation. I was listening to another podcast again, and this realtor, it was a few people on there. She was talking about her story. And she had been posting consistently for however many months and years. She had been, showing up, doing the work, putting out content, doing the warm outreach, following up every day. And, she wasn't getting anywhere. She was getting frustrated, and she was, what am I even doing this? And at some point when you do post, you do start to feel that way. And then one day out of nowhere, this lender hit her up and said, "Hey, been watching your stuff for a while, and I would love to try you out." And long story short, that she goes on to talk about how many millions and dollars of deals that they closed, and all the business and everything, and how much her life changed because of that one relationship. Now, it could have been that one piece of content that she posted that one day, or it could have been all the content that she had been posting up to that point. Okay. You never really know what's coming. You don't know what's being built as you're building it in the back. You don't know if that deal is going to come from that one post or from the many posts that you've done before. Okay. Or how that partnership is going to find you. You can't really plan for this moment. You can't see them happening. But the thing that we do know is that if you don't do anything, then nothing is going to happen. Okay. So if you don't post at all, or if you don't do anything, then we know nothing is going to happen. So patience, patience, and more patience. So why does this all matter? At the end of the day, again, it's not to become famous, and it's more than likely that you won't become famous. And it's not about content at all, but it's about trust, and it's about building the connection, because that visibility is going to bring trust. Okay, the more often somebody sees you, the more likely that they're going to trust you. And that trust is going to lead to more attention. And that attention is going to lead to more conversations. And the conversations is going to lead to more opportunities for you guys. Okay. And the opportunities lead to more transactions. So before we get on to the things that I'm going to give you guys, the last thing that I want to end with as well, and I don't think this gets talked about enough, is just be yourself. Okay. A lot of times, I think that, it can be draining because when you're posting things or when you feel like you have to be a certain way and be like an actor. And at that point, it's not fun anymore to post and do things because you're not being yourself. It can be draining to put on a front to be energetic when you're not really energetic or try to be funny when you're not funny. And it can be hard to continue to do that. So if you are a certain way, then be that certain way on the camera. And the people that there will be people that gravitate towards you for just being yourself. If you're monotone, then talk monotone. If you have more of a serious personality, then show that. But the main thing is you want to just always be yourself as you're going through this journey. Because again, we have to think about it as not just, you know, today, but for the next 5 to 10 years, however long you plan on being in this real estate game. But it's going to get easier as you go. And just always remember to just be yourself. Because at that point, it's going to get easier by being yourself instead of putting on a front or being another way that you're not.